What's up, NFL fans? Welcome back to the channel, Rivas Talk Sports. Hope you're having a great Monday and a blessed day. In this video, I'll be giving you my reactions to both of these championship games, starting off with the NFC side. Philadelphia Eagles versus the Washington Commanders. The Eagles defeated the Commanders 55-23. First and foremost, I want to tip my hat off to the Commanders and their amazing season. With the rookie quarterback, new coaching staff, brought in a lot of free agents and new ownership. There were a lot of unknowns to this team coming into the season, but I did not expect them to win 10-plus games. Did not expect them to make it this far. So overall, amazing season. The future is bright for this team. For the Philadelphia Eagles side, with the Eagles being fully healthy, this is probably one of the most dominant teams in the NFL. And if honestly, I think this team matches up perfectly with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Super Bowl. If there is one word to describe this game, I want to say that the Commanders were pretty much outclassed or outmatched in this one. The Eagles have the edge in the trenches on both sides of the ball. The Eagles have the edge in total defense, and with the Commanders having a bottom 5 rush defense, and they were pretty much getting ran all over. My biggest concern was this defense stopping Saquon Barkley. They really couldn't. First drive for the Philadelphia Eagles, Saquon Barkley breakaway run, had 3 rushing touchdowns, over 100 rushing yards, and this Commanders team, if they really want to make it to the next level and at least, I want to say contend with the Eagles and at least push for the division title, the rush defense has to be a lot better. The fact that this Commanders team just couldn't stop the run, I didn't really visualize this Commanders team upsetting the Philadelphia Eagles. I know the Commanders defeated the Eagles in the second matchup during the regular season, but there's a huge difference in talent gap when Jalen Hurts is fully healthy or Jalen Hurts not playing. With Jalen Hurts not playing and Kenny Pickett being the starter, the Commanders did have a puncher's chance to upset the Philadelphia Eagles. But with Jalen Hurts being healthy and starting at quarterback and this Eagles team just being fully healthy, 9 times out of 10, or maybe 10 times out of 10, I don't see the Commanders being this Eagles team. I think that was the main difference in this one. The Eagles being fully healthy, Jalen Hurts playing this game, and just their dominant rushing attack against this bottom 5 rush defense. This Commanders team was pretty much outclassed, out-talented, and pretty much didn't have a chance to defeat the Philadelphia Eagles in this one. So overall, amazing season for the Commanders. The future is very bright, and if you're a Cowboys fan or a Giants fan, you're going to be stressed out for the next 5 to 10 years as long as the Eagles have Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley, and the Commanders have that great foundation of having rookie Jayden Daniels there. So overall, amazing season for the Commanders. And with the Philadelphia Eagles going on to the Super Bowl, we will be seeing them against the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, let's talk about what's next for the Washington Commanders. They have 28 free agents, so it's very vital to see who comes back and who they let go, especially older veterans like Bobby Wagner, Zach Ertz, and pretty much 5 other pass catchers. I think it's very key for this Commanders team to really revamp this wide receiver core. They need someone else on the opposite end from McLaurin to really boost up this wide receiver core and give Jayden Daniels options, especially with Zach Ertz being a free agent and 5 other wide receivers. Jayden Daniels needs to have those options on offense to pass the ball in case the running game is not there. This Commanders team also needs to do a better job drafting, especially in the first round. There are no first-round picks between the years of 2019 to 23 on this Commanders team, which probably left the Commanders with no choice but to sign veterans on short-term deals to kind of fill in that gap without having those rookies from within that time frame on that team. So very important for the Commanders to really hit the nail on the head in this one in the upcoming draft, rebuild through the draft, and pretty much maintain this level of success for the next few years. They're going to have money to play with to get free agents, hopefully probably have some key trades to at least build and fill out this roster. Definitely having to revamp this run defense. I mean, if you're in the division with the Philadelphia Eagles, they run the ball at a very high clip, and if you really want to stand a chance against the Philadelphia Eagles and make it far in the playoffs, you need to have a solid foundation in stopping the run. So that is key number 1 for this Commanders team. How are they going to rebuild this defense in the rush, especially in the rush defense department? What is the Commanders are going to do in the offseason in terms of revamping this wide receiver core? This team lacks long-term wide receiver depth. Does this team make a push for T. Higgins? Does this team trade for Deebo Samuels? Does his team trade for Garrett Wilson? So I do expect this Commanders team to be very aggressive in the offseason, especially $102 million in cap space. I believe that's the 3rd highest in the NFL. The Commanders are definitely going to take a look into see what they can do to maintain or at least elevate this organization into the next year. Another thing to consider is, does Dan Quinn look at, Cowboy free agents. You have Jordan Lewis, DeMarcus Lawrence. So those two are very familiar with Dan Quinn's style. So does Dan Quinn kind of dip in the market on former Cowboy players and bring them over to the Commanders? I think the foundation is set for this team, but it's definitely important, or I'm definitely excited to see what's next for this Commanders team, especially in the offseason, and how they can pretty much roll this success into the next season. With new management, new coaching staff, and rookie Jaden Daniels, I think the Commanders team is going to be a hotspot for trade candidates and free agents. I mean, when you have a rookie quarterback in Jaden Daniels, who pretty much lit up the NFL by storm and pretty much starting to play a stamp as a top 10 quarterback, who doesn't want to go to that kind of organization, especially under new management? Nobody want to go to the Commanders, but with Dan Snyder not there and this team pretty much has a nice team morale, nice foundation, I do see a lot of free agents wanting to go to Commanders, and I do see a lot of trade candidates. If they don't want to be with their current team, I'm sure a lot of trade candidates are going to want to go to Commanders. But overall, amazing season for the Commanders, solid team, and I'm very excited to see how this team is going to play out next season. Now, next, let's talk about the AFC Championship game. Kansas City Chiefs defeated the Buffalo Bills 32-29. The Chiefs made it to the Super Bowl, and they're on their quest for a three-peat. And for the Buffalo Bills, they're 0-2 in the championship game, 0-4 against the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs with Josh Allen under center. I don't think there is a talent issue for this Buffalo Bills team. I think the issue for this Buffalo Bills team in the playoffs, especially going against the Chiefs, there is a key mental block that's preventing this Bills team to defeat the Chiefs. It's not a talent issue. It's definitely not a talent issue. I think Josh Allen and this Bills team is capable of defeating this Kansas City Chiefs, but the fact that you're 0-2 in the championship game under Josh Allen and have yet to beat Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs in the playoffs, there is just a mental block, and you're probably just a play or two that's just missing in that game to kind of slay that dragon or pretty much take down this Chiefs team. This was the first time that the Chiefs scored over 30 points all entire season, and in the last 4 games that the Buffalo Bills have played against the Kansas City Chiefs, they are allowing almost 35 points per game. So it's just something, either like a mental block, or they're just a few plays away of just not being able to just take down the Kansas City Chiefs team. It kind of just feels like the Chiefs are the Buffalo Bills kryptonite. It kind of feels like the Buffalo Bills are like the Green Bay Packers and the Chiefs are like the 49ers. I don't want to, compare those two teams, but it just kind of seems like the Bills just can't get over that hump in the postseason over the Chiefs, similar to how the Packers are. They just can't get over that hump being the 49ers in the playoffs to make it to the next level. The Kansas City Chiefs offense, there are just a lot of options on offense. I think that pretty much gave this Buffalo Bills defense some trouble. You have Hopkins, Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Pacheco, Kareem Hunt. You have Kelsey. This Chiefs team has a lot of offensive power. And when the Buffalo Bills cornerback went down and left the game, that was pretty much bad news for the Buffalo Bills defense. Did the Bills have a chance to come back and upset the Chiefs? Of course. In that final drive, I did believe that the Bills could at least tie it and make this game go to overtime or potentially upset the Chiefs. But just having that key starter on defense go down and going against this Chiefs team that just has a lot of offensive firepower, it was pretty much going to be a long day for this Buffalo Bills defense to at least try to stop this offense. Buffalo Bills do not have a talent issue. Josh Allen has improved every single year, MVP candidate. I do think the Buffalo Bills can take down the Chiefs at some point in the playoffs. It's just the Chiefs are just the Buffalo Bills kryptonite. The one concern that I have about this Buffalo Bills defense, especially in the postseason, is I just feel like this Buffalo Bills defense is lacking some type of star power on defense. Like the Chiefs have Chris Jones in the defensive trenches. They have Trent McDuffie as a cornerback. I just feel like this Buffalo Bills defense is just missing at least a star or two on this defense to kind of get them over the hump defensively against the Chiefs when they probably meet each other at some point again in the playoffs. But overall, the Bills defense has been dominant throughout the whole entire season, but they just didn't have a good time trying to stop this Chiefs offense. It's just more so getting over a mental block. There were some key plays. The Chiefs did stop Josh Allen on that quarterback sneak on 4th down, and especially that wonky, weird call of the ball hitting the floor and the Chiefs getting that possession on that 20-plus yard pass. But overall, the Bills can hang toe-to-toe with the Kansas City Chiefs. It's just a mental block, and I just feel like this Buffalo Bills team is just missing some type of star power on defense to at least take down the Chiefs. It is possible at one point that they can, but until then, I just feel like the Buffalo Bills are going to be an amazing team moving forward. As long as Josh Allen's there, he's going to carry this Buffalo Bills team. And the Bills are going to make it to the playoffs every single year as long as Josh Allen's there. But overall, these are my thoughts on how I feel like these championship games went. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed the content, please give the video a thumbs up and comment below on your thoughts and opinions on how both of these championship games went. Thank you so much, and catch you guys next week for my Super Bowl predictions.